How things are unfolding. Remember, during the Gen Z memorial or the anniversary of the Gen Z, Thika Road was one of the hard hittest during those demonstrations. And we want to see how things are today. And Davis Mberia is joining us. Davis, good afternoon. How are things along Thika Road?
Good afternoon, Grace. Yes, things here are getting intense as we move on, and the situation here in Githurai along Thika Road is very incredibly volatile. Protesters and police are engaged in a running battle that have affected and brought this busy area to a standstill. Just minutes ago, Grace, we witnessed police intensifying their efforts to disperse the crowd, launching volley on volley of tear gas, and the air right now, it is thick, making it even difficult for us who are covering actually the Saba protest to even breathe. We've seen police deploying also the water cannons with a significant force, trying to push back the actually protesters who are in turn attempting to hold their ground, setting up makeshift barricades on this road and lighting up small fires. The main road actually from Githurai and critical arteries for Nairobi are completely paralyzed. No public transport is actually moving, leaving thousands of commuters actually stranded and disrupting businesses that are actually dared to open today. The sounds of sirens is constant here, Grace, and interwoven with shouts from the crowds who are at the side of the road and inside of the road. And if my camera person will give you what is happening here, the protesters have turned the road actually to be a playing ground, enjoying the time, saying they're not going to relent anytime soon, and it is only starting. And we've witnessed also seemingly the affected tear gas and some of the protesters actually sustaining minor injuries during the confrontation that has been there some few minutes ago. The sheer number of police officers deployed here underscores, Grace, the intensity of the standoff. And remember, from what we can gather is the anger is actually palpable, while the Saba or traditional commemorating the fight for the multi-party democracy. This year, the protests actually are clearly fueled by deep, actually seated frustration from the cost of living, alleged corruption, which the youth say is rising day by day, and concerns of police brutality, issues of the consistently brought to Kenyan streets for the youth. The clashes also aren't just confined to this small area of Githurai. We've also seen some areas of Ruiru where we've been. We've also been at Thika Road Mall and at the headquarters of the GSU near actually the interchange that goes to Mathare area and Muthaiga. There also the protesters have lit actually some bonfires, and we have also seen the disruption earlier on the road where the actually people who wanted to access town and maybe make it to their working places were actually forced to walk, and those who had actually personal cars were actually forced to produce their working identity just to ensure that they are not protesters. And this is what one of the police officers, just talking to him aside, he told me they're doing that because they didn't want a lot of people from other sides of the town to access the CBD and turn it into one of the volatile areas that has been witnessed in few actually days when the Gen Z 25th June they were commemorating the day. So this is what is happening here. The police have intensified their move to just curb the situation, and also the protesters are pushing the police. So it is a cat and mouse actually run here and there. From Thika Road, I hand you over to Grace Nganga in studio.
Right, there you have it. Heavy police presence at CBD, and Mberia there was just, at the Thika Road, and Mberia there was just telling us how the situation is at Thika Road. And now we want to go on with our conversation with Dr. Samuel. Perhaps if I may ask, one may wonder,